This is my Cushman Titan. Originally this thing was 48 volt. All right, originally it was a 48 volt cart that they used in warehouses, and you could fit, you know, 2 4-foot pallets on the back of it with a fork truck and then drive around. I bought it at an auction about 6-7 years ago. Put these quad tires on the back, put these donuts on the front, and I made it 24 volt. We use it in the field, and it has a 12-foot by 20-foot canopy that I built on top of it. I made it 12 by 20 because it's a common tarp size, so it's really easy to just go buy a new tarp and put it on there. This cart has 2 systems. It's completely solar powered. The drive system is 24 volt, and it's the top solar panel on there is a SunTech 200 watt. That controls or charges up the 24 volt function for driving the machine around. The other panel on the bottom is a Siemens 55 watt, and that is a 12 volt panel, and it controls or charges the 12 volt system that's on the cart. I wanted to get it out in the field here so you can see what I'm dealing with, and the many years of roasting in the sun to come up with this idea. It's pretty crazy, but it works really well. And when it's really hot out there, man, it's nice just to have a little bit of relief. I didn't want to buy a waterproof box, so I found this drill box in the trash. Well, of course, all right. And this is basically the control center. This is where the charge controllers are housed for the 12 volt and the 24 volt system. I have a small LED readout so we can see the voltage. 13.1, she's chooching right now. And I also have 2 toggle switches mounted in the bottom of the box, which you can see there. So the toggle switches are what control the cooling apparatus. So we got 2 car fans on there. I've had a couple different ones on here. They've died over the years, and I believe both of these work right now. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So I'll shut them off because they're pretty noisy. Sometimes in the summer I'll run them strictly off the panel if it's really sunny out. But most of the 12 volt system is here. The 24, you know, this battery and a couple other ones I have ganged on here to charge off the panel, and I use them on other things like sprayers and stuff. But there are, I believe, 4 12 volt batteries under the wooden deck of this machine. That's the 24 volt system. It's belt driven off of an electric motor. There's an actual like truck rear in there with V-belts that run down to it. That's all stock Cushman stuff. And when I got it, the controller didn't work for the drive unit. It was 48 volt anyway. 48 volts way too fast. We need it at like a crawling speed out here, you know. As we're moving, we move it. So I have this toggle switch here, which is basically just, that's it. It's just on or off. And I leave the belts a little loose, so, you know, you kind of got to nudge it a little bit, but it's nice so you don't end up running somebody over or running yourself over. But this is the rig. You know, you get in here between the bushes, you're in the shade. My tarp got a little rusty where I was stored it this year, but it's probably the last season for this one anyway. Anyway, this frame is attached to the cart, comes up, and it's all galvanized box tubing except for the pipe that's in the middle. And basically it hinges like a door hinge, right? I have one panel on the right, one panel on the left, and they pivot off this pipe. So if you look up here, I made kind of like a pipe on a pipe, you know, for a hinge. My initial intention was to be able to fold these sides down. I don't know how well this will work with the sun, but my initial idea was to fold the sides down, for transport, and then I could just drive it with the sides down. In hindsight, I don't really use it that often. Once I put the solar panels on the front, I really can't fold it because the solar panels are kind of in the way. So another idea I had is where you could leave it extended like this and then fold one side all the way down and have it, like, you know, cast a shadow towards the end of the day or something. But I don't really use it that way. This is basically the only way we use it. In the off season, I'll tear scrap apart on it and use it for that, you know, stay in the shade. But right now it's blue crack season, so that's what this machine's doing now, is harvesting the blue crack. All right. All right. But I wanted to make a video of this for a while because we've gotten a lot of good use out of it. It was a great idea. This is probably one of the best ways to hand harvest, I believe. I mean, it's efficient, it's smooth. You can get 4 or 5 people working on this thing and just mosey on down the row, inchworm status, you know, and everybody's happy. They're in the shade. You got a fan to get in front of and catch a little bit of breeze. Too many years of just sweating out in the field. I was a little kid out here going, there's gotta be a better way. I guess I found the better way, right? Mother of invention is necessity. All right, let me back up a little more so you can get a full view of it. She's pretty awesome, man. Definitely kind of a bear to drive down the street 12 foot wide and 20 foot long, but definitely turns some heads when I got to move it from field to field. All right, guys, take it easy.